Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Round 10, featuring 31 exclusive sketches. And for today's sketch, we're using this one right here, and it's by Brooklyn Ruff. And it is inspirational for my layout. And I will explain that to you. This is the photo I'm using today, and see how tall and skinny it is? Well, I get those sometimes from family members, and they've mostly just sat there. Sometimes I can crop them, sometimes I can't. Like one of my great niece in her prom dress, I don't want to crop that. Anyway, I was picturing this sketch in my mind, and for some reason I was thinking the photo was tall. It hit me when I was looking at this one on the computer that sketch had a tall photo. And so I printed it out. Well, then I pulled I pulled the paper out that's printed on and started to do the layout. And thought, oh no, it's supposed to be two pictures on the side. And I thought, maybe not. Maybe it can be a cluster on each side. So that's what I'm doing. I'll do a cluster on the right and on the left. So it is inspirational. I did go with the flow of me goofing and getting it wrong and going ahead and making my layout anyway. The collection I'm using is Echo Park, and it's Jack and Jill, and it is such pretty colors. And I pulled out some scraps. I showed the scrap bag, and I thought, well, since those are tall and skinny, I know I have some like that. So that's what I used on my layout, and I used that Stampin' Up stamp with it's called crosshatch. And yeah, my photo, I've mounted it on black just to make it pop a little bit. There is black in the pattern paper there. And this die, it's a camera. You can tell that, but I don't know if it's got a certain name or not. But it's Echo Park, and it went with this collection when it came out. And the die set has a little teeny tiny picture on the front at the top, and it don't show the camera assembled really. It shows little pieces above it, so I kind of guessed. And every time I make them a little bit different, I think every time I use this, because I'll get a different idea since I really don't know what it's supposed to look like. And this time I thought I'd use that branding strip and mount it on black and just make a pattern up there. The I know the sticker that comes with this that don't really look as much like the die as I would like it to. It has the wood grain on the camera, so I thought I'd use that too. And I was wishing for a 6x6 paper pad so the wood grain would be smaller, but I don't have that. All I have is the collection, the 12x12 collection. So I put it in that background part there. And then the lens there, I punched out, let's see, 1 1/4 inch punch in black around the back so that it kind of help it pop a little bit. And then I put the insert in there too, I believe. And then the white is the highlights. I know that. I know that part. Yeah, anyway, I put foam tape behind that so the lens will look like it's coming out a little bit. And then I'm just adding the other parts on here. Um, I had some white ones that punched out because my white paper was overlapping the other, and I really didn't think it cut out, but it did. And I was tempted to use them, but it just wasn't going with my theme, so I didn't use them after all. I am adding one of those little loops to go on the side for a strap. And I'm going to double it, and I'm doing that just to add another texture to the layout and add a little more interest to it and putting it on the side. Usually I don't double it, but for some reason I was looking at it and thinking I want to try doubling it this time, so I did. And I keep thinking about going back in there and gluing it down over to the right a little bit so the edge of the one side is glued to the camera instead of going over the photo quite as much, which I probably will do before I put it in the sleeve. I have that photo slide frame there, and I just layered it behind the camera, and I do have another one, but I won't end up using it. I am going to use my viewfinder uh, die cut there, and I'm going to cut it in half. Oh, this says amazing, and I thought I'd slide it behind the camera. However, that little tab that I put on the top, I guess it's a button, that I put on the top kind of covers up the last letter or so, letter or two, and I thought, well, I need to move it somewhere else. That's not going to work. So I put it up there at the top. And see this word expedition? Every time I pull these dies out, I think, I want to use that. I'm not sure if I've ever used it before, but I thought, if I got room on this layout, it's going to go on there. I just love the word. So, yeah, he is on like something at the park. It's the park that's pretty close to their house that they like to go to. But looking at it the way it was taken with it being narrow and everything, and they were down below him, I was thinking like a crow's nest. No, is it an eagle's nest or a crow's nest or whatever it is on the top of a pirate ship or something? Anyway, I was thinking of that when I was looking at it, and I was tempted to do a pirate ship layout, but I decided to do it like he's traveling the world on a different kind of ship. And I could tell he was having fun too at the park that day because he has mud all over his pants. But yeah, it's my son when he takes them to the park. Sometimes he'll send me a picture or two. He might have all three of the youngest kids there, but only send me one picture. And this is the one I got that day. Look at me using those evilicious stickers. I'm going to use two on this layout. Oh, I'm so tickled over that. I've had them a very long time. They're 2015, I noticed on there. So I've had them a while and they're going on a layout. Because, of course, I did put it in this collection thinking the gray ones might go. So that was helpful instead of leaving it over in this random box that has odds and ends. But while I'm putting these stickers on there, and I am going to layer that, and I don't like how that's layered at all. Um, and I'm going to change it out. But while I'm doing all that, I want to mention that down there below is the master link to everybody's videos for the whole month. And as they get published for that day, they'll be automatically added into the public viewing part. So all you have to do is click on it and watch. Stream on your TV. That's what I do. Of course, it's a little harder to make comments when you do that because you got to go back later and do it. But it's awesome while you're scrapping. And I just love the playlist. That's all I can say about it. I love it. I cut the stars out of one of the papers, and it's got little vintage machinery on it. Kind of a, well, it's almost a cream color on the red. And I thought I was done with my layout, but then I kept thinking I really wanted to do something with the edges. I thought about trimming it and adding a black border all the way around it. But then I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to stay a little, well, looking at the layout now, it does look like it's got a border on there. The sketch, I mean, it does look like it's got a sketch, which I did not notice. But yeah, I could have done that after all. Anyway, so I decided to add some mixed media. And you know how scary that is when you're actually done with your layout. And then I remembered this stamp here that Debbie Pierce gave to me. It's a Bo Bunny stamp. And I thought I could probably put it on there and it looked like I'd done packaging technique or something on there. And all I'll be doing is stamping. Oh, I loved it. It just worked out so well. And so, I don't mind putting splatters on at the end. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm using Stormy Sky. And I was wanting a grayish blue ink. And I was watching one of Mel's videos. One is Mel W. Scrapping. Anyway, I was watching her video and I asked her if the one she had a bluish gray or not, and she said no, I think it's a Mariner one. But this one did, so I had to order it because I've been watching videos trying to figure out which one had a gray tint to it, and I love that color. But that's it. That's my layout. If you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And notice I've got that little sticker back on there again. It fell off when I went back to put the mixed media looking stuff on there. But I got it on there for the photos. But I don't even know where I was at now. So I am going to tell y'all to have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun with the master link down there and get loads of inspiration and post yours in Facebook or on Instagram. Bye.